Hello, hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmy. How's it going? I'm saying hello to everyone waiting on YouTube to notify as usual. Hello to those on the replay, and hello to those on the podcast. I hope all is going well. Hey. So we'll wait just a couple seconds and then we'll get started. How is everything going for everyone? What is new? What is new? What is new? While we are waiting, I have to tell you all that Facebook has made some changes that is affecting my YouTube channel. So let's give everybody a few minutes to get on. You want to make sure you have your notifications on because Facebook now is not allowing us to stream live here on YouTube and on Facebook at the same time. They have cut out a lot of stuff on Facebook. So for groups. So no third party application. So like we were using Plannable and I was using StreamYard so I can stream over here and stream over there. You can watch it in two places at the same time. Not anymore. It's going away. So you have to be here live or catch the replay. So it is what it is. Hey, Larita, how are you? Welcome. So I'll tell you guys what is going on with me, what happened with my notary mistake. Hopefully you can learn a few lessons, and then I'll take a few of your questions and see what's going on in these notary streets for you guys. So for those of you who do not know, maybe new to the channel, I am Kimmy. Oh, good, Larita. I'm glad you're good. Hey, Frank, live in the house. So hit the like button for me and have a seat. Frank, you need to have a YouTube channel. Hi, Angela, Chicago. How's it going? I'll be that way hopefully in September. A friend of mine is having an anniversary party that way. Welcome, Chi-Town. So anyway, or I heard you just call it the Chi now, not Chi-Town. Back in the day it was called Chi-Town, but just the Chi. So anyway, yes, right? Y'all got some good food there. Pizzas and Portillo's, hot dogs. If you know, you know. Anyway, so I was saying earlier though, you have to catch the lives now only on YouTube, or you have to catch the replay because Facebook has made a few changes. They're not allowing any third-party apps. So like you cannot stream on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I have to be strictly on Facebook. So you'll probably catch more of the lives over there. Yes, a few changes. So that's okay. We're going to get around it. It just means I got to work a little harder, but it's all good. So anyway, let's get to this story, guys. So what happened? So I accepted a signing from a signing company, and it was already a lower offer than I'm accustomed to accepting. Okay. The job was a seller's package, only 15 pages, only 15. So I said to myself, go ahead and take the lower payment. It's 5 minutes from the house. It was actually 5 to 6 minutes from the house. 15 pages, only like 3 signatures. And these are the packages, guys, you really want to watch out for. When you start doing your signings, if you are not a notary signing agent or general notary work, whatever form of notary work you are doing, or actually any job, whenever you're doing it, it's the smaller jobs that should take you 2 minutes that always cause the most problems. I'm about to insert another word. That always cause the most problems. Okay, I wasn't gonna go real deep, but it wasn't cute. So anyway, I accepted this job. I get to the job. Well, before I even get there, I always look over my docs. You know, we teach you that in training. Look over your docs. Never just go to an assignment blind, especially long signing. If you have an opportunity to look at it, Psalms 50_5 said that is so true. It be them darn smaller jobs that drive you insane. So anyway, I get the assignment, look over my docs. I'm like, okay, it's only 3 signatures. We out. I'm going to do it. And the lady had her witness and everything. So I get there, we're talking, and I loved her paint color. And I'm thinking about painting my green room downstairs to gray just for a change. I've had it for a minute, couldn't decide on what paint color, So I'm looking at her paint. I'm loving her paint. I'm like, oh, man. I said, the paint is so nice. So we doing a sign, and I'm looking over the documents, triple checking. And let's say, for example, you guys tell me what would you do. I'm going to tell you what happened. So the document said John W. Smith. Okay, let's just say it said John. It's a lady, so let's say Juana W. Smith, right? So she signed it Juana Smith. She did not put the W. Is that an error? Put a 1 if that's an error, or a Y. Let's do this. Y if that's an error, N if it's not. Y if that's an error, yes, that's an error, or N. Is that an error if she didn't sign the whole name with including the initial? Is that an error? Let's see what the people say. And if you're unsure, you probably need to be in my long signing class with Alexis. Let's see. Is that an error? Or my general notary class, whatever, because we teach you how to do all that. Let's see what we got. We have comments. Yes, the people are correct. Yes, Angela, Ariel, and Frank. That is an error. So my client signs Juana Smith. She didn't put the M in there. Okay. So I get home. I triple checked at the table. I looked at everything. And my husband went because I had him as one of the witnesses. In this case, I needed 2 witnesses. So he was one of the witnesses, right? So she had her neighbor. And see, this is another reason why I don't like to be rushed. Okay. Lesson number 1. Don't be rushed. And I told myself when the lady told me, she said, my neighbor need to run in and run out and sign the document because she got to go to the airport. It was 8 o'clock in the morning signing. I hardly ever take them that early either. I like more like 11 o'clock. And I work till 9 at night, but I'm not a really early riser if I don't have to be these days, right? So anyway, she's telling me to sign her up front. Well, my neighbor got to come in and she got to get to the airport because she just signed and go. I never let them just sign and go. I like the signing to be complete. So it was only 3 documents. So I wanted her to sign the document, and I wanted her neighbor to witness it, and Jeffrey was the other witness. So I wanted everybody to be at the party, right? So we signed the document. I look over the document. I let the witness go because she got to get to the airport. Already on edge, right? And again, I don't like being rushed. We're going to fill out this journal. We're going to do everything proper. Okay. So I'm looking over the documents, and I didn't catch it. Jeff said, I started to say something, because he'll sometimes double check my work for me too, especially from being chatty catty. Because I'm sure you guys have heard stories where I get on here and I start leaning in, talking to the client. I'm like this. I'm like, really, girl? No, what you put in your hair? How long you been natural? Oh, I love that gray paint. So I put the pen down and I just lean in and start having this whole conversation, right? So you know I'm about to make a mistake. I'm already chatty catty. So that's lesson number 2. Don't be talking so much that you can't handle your business, right? So I already took this lower paying job because it was a smaller package in my mind. 5 minutes from the house, in and out, boom, boom, bam, get my money. I'm good. And it had scan backs, okay? So we get home. We scan back the documents. And before I send them back, I always scan back. I always look at them one more time before I actually scan them back. Looked at them again, didn't catch it. As it was uploading page by page, I said, darn it, she did not put the M. Her middle initial was M. So you know I ain't going to forget it, right? I said, are you kidding me? So my client had told me that she had somewhere to be too at 9:30. So don't forget it was at 8 o'clock. So this is all about 8:30 by the time I start scanning back and looking at them, et cetera, et cetera. And I said, I sure hope she is home. So we had uploaded them. And Jeff was like, go ahead and just submit it without the initial. So question for you guys again, and then we'll get back to what happened. Would you have went ahead and since it was already uploaded, just hit send and let them figure it out on the back end? Because maybe they didn't catch it on the other end. Maybe they didn't need the M. 1, if you would have just let it go because you already uploaded it, you made it home, everything was good. Or 2, nope, you got to go back. Which one? 1, it's all good, let it go, see what happened. Or 2, go ahead back and fix it. Not even go back. Y'all hear that gone back, right? Gone back and fix it. So which one would you do? 1 or 2? Let's see. Let's see what the people say. So see, we got a mix on that. Okay, mix. Half say go back, half say let it go and see what happened. So me and Jeffrey had that discussion. Yeah, we had that discussion. Jeffrey was like, look, just send this document back, because me and him had an appointment too. I had another appointment to be at like around 11. So I was really pushing it that day. And again, I took it because The money I felt was really good. Da 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 da. Right. So Jeff was like, just send it back. Just send it back. I said, nope, I'm not gonna do that because it was a company one that I love working with. I've never had any mistakes with them. I also feel sometimes that they send out signings. Like this was one of them. Matter of fact, prime example. They sent out the signing, and the first time nobody responded. So about another 10 minutes later, they sent it out again. And I was like, are they sending it to me only? Because it, like I said, it's 5 minutes from my house. So that's how you become preferred. And that's how you kind of know it sometimes. So I said, they sent it out 2 times. Let me go ahead and take this job. So I did. Better safe than sorry. Correct. So anyway, I called the client. I said, hey, I said, ma'am, are you still home? I said, they put the M in your signature line and you did not sign with the M. I said, do you normally sign with that? No, I don't. But she's not the professional. I'm the professional. And I know that they want that middle initial M in there, right? So I said, are you still at home? I have to come back and let you just sign. I said, if you can just come outside, because she had a little dog. She had already put the dog up for me. Nonetheless, and if you don't like dogs and pets, part of your screening questions, are there any pets we need to be concerned about? So she had put the dog up, little dog, but I just still, when I'm doing my signing, I don't want no interruptions. Okay. Look, while I'm talking about gray paint, right? So I don't want no interruptions, but I'm talking about the paint. So she put the dog up and then she's telling her neighbor. So all of this probably was affecting my signing and I didn't even know it. So she's telling her neighbor when she did first get there, girl, Fluffy is all upset because I had to put him up. Shade to me because I asked her to put the dog up, right? But I was like, I don't care. We ain't doing this signing with this dog down here. Because, you know, sometimes pets, and I'm not anti-pet, I always say that. But sometimes you had dogs on the table, cats running across your documents, spilling stuff, and the person picking them up, playing with them. I got allergies, and I just don't have time for all that, right? So I'm trying to get in and out, make my quick little money, and be out. So anyway, so I get back there. She comes out. And don't forget now, we already uploaded the wrong document without the middle initial. Okay. We already uploaded it. So now what? So anyway, she signs the M. Go in there. I let her put the M, little squiggly M. And it didn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be there because I know it's there. And as a professional, I need to get it correct. So she signs it, come back home. We upload it again. So now we have to upload a second set of docs because I couldn't delete the first one. Okay, we had closed out the assignment. We had closed it out. So once you close it out, most of the time you cannot go back and make any alterations. You cannot. So we had to create a second file and then we just titled it revision. Okay, so nobody ever called me on it. They didn't question me on it. Again, you just upload the correct one. So that's what we ended up doing. So many tips in there. Can you guys give me some lessons really quick to recap? What did you learn from this story? And the reason I said this mistake cost me time and money is because, one, time-wise, I should have been done with that job in 5 minutes. It was 3 notarizations, in, out, bam, thank you, out, right? Time, because I had to drive there already, come back home, did the upload, realize the mistake, go back to the client. So now all that's time. What should have took 5 minutes was an hour. What should have took 5 minutes was an hour. Okay, so I was livid. I was livid at myself. Okay, now the second piece of that is money. How did it cost me money? Because again, instead of making X amount of dollars in 5 minutes or 15 by the time I do my scan backs, now it's cost me an hour. So I didn't make the money that I should have made. I didn't make it, you know? Oh, you guys have got some good tips in here. So correct it the first time. Yes, Cherie. Yes. Cherie also said review before you leave. And I did that. But again, in this case, because I was chatty catty, she already threw a little shade because I had her put the dog up. The neighbor had to get to the airport. All these other things that I didn't think was kind of affecting me mentally. Was subconsciously, I was affected by it, you know, because it was a lot of little things that is kind of like, well, I already knew she was on edge because of this, on edge because of that. So now my signing went crazy. Cherie says also more time and gas. Yes, more time and gas. We forgot about the gas part. Thank you, Cherie. So now what should have been 5 miles turned into 5 each way was 10. Then I had to come back home and go back is another 10 miles, right? So all of that is gas, time, money. You know what I'm saying? So learn from me. I gave a lot of tips in just this quick little 15-minute story. Angela says, my last 2 notarizations, I told the client to sign their name exactly as it is on their ID. So when it comes to that, Angela, we're not the ID police. We're not the signature police. But whatever's on that document is what is most important. Okay. So, for example, if they didn't have her M on the documents, I could have cared less if she signed with a middle initial or not. Right? Because the documents is what they're checking for on my end. Okay. So, if you guys have any questions for me, I'm going to hang out a few more minutes. I wanted to just share a couple other things with you. If you don't know about our mentorship program that just started, it is going amazing. We are meeting tomorrow night. We meet at different days during the week. So this week we're meeting on Thursday, and tomorrow's topic is how to price your jobs. So we're going to talk about that. Along with the mentorship, it comes with Group Me, where you can ask your questions in Group Me as you're building your business. We'll help you do that. Also, have 5 spaces in my Notarize Like a Pro training course at the end of this month. It's on a Friday night. So if you want to join me there, I'll be teaching that one. And again, that's on the last Friday of the month, I believe. And I have 5 spaces. Yes, it's on the 31st of this month. No, it's not too late to join. Not too late. And you can check it out at notaryeducatorsllc.com, okay, for all things I'm talking about, all the books, all the courses, everything. Let's get a couple more of your comments here. So Angela says, so hopefully I'll see you over in class, okay? That's the live training. It does come in a self-paced also, but the live training is on the 31st, okay? Angela says, I always have them sign exactly as printed. Yes, exactly as printed. Exactly as printed. So again, it's not about what's on the ID. In this particular case, it's going to be about what the document is requiring. Your document tells you what is required. Okay. Let's see. Angela got it. Is it no, not too late? Psalms 55 says, I tell the client how the title company wants them to sign it, but I can't make them change their signature. They tend to make mistakes when they alter their signature. And you know what? Psalms 55 is so correct, because let me tell you what normally happens. Like, I usually sign my Y. My middle initial is Y. I usually sign it, right? If I'm trying to sign it without it, I have the hardest time because I always usually put my Y. And it's the reverse for our clients. It's the same thing. If they're not accustomed to using that middle initial, it's almost like they forget how to write their name. It's the funniest thing ever. It's like they forget. They're trying to write, okay, Jeff M. Smith. They cannot get that middle initial in there. So what another pro tip is, if you want to, if the person is really having a meltdown about it, I never sign with my middle initial, because they will go into complete meltdown. If that happens, you could have like to Psalm 55 point, that's what I do too. Well, today the signing company is asking, or the title company is asking, that we sign sign the documents this way, and it's to really make sure that your loan is not stalled or stopped anywhere along the process. So when I told my client that the other day too, when I went back to her, I said, I really want to make sure the funds are available. Nothing, is stopped. She was so appreciative. She really was. And she knew I went above and beyond, because I could have just did some of us were thinking, just let it go and see what happened, and that ain't my problem after I upload it, because the signing companies are not going to tell you that. Sometimes they will tell you that. It's on the front page, Larita, the course, Notarize Like a Pro is the name of it. Yeah, sometimes they will tell you. Oh, good point. Thank you, Psalms. I appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes the signing companies in their instructions will say, have clients sign ABC. But if you don't know that just starting out, you won't know it. You won't know it. You have to be taught these things, right? And if you didn't catch my video the other day, the NNA has changed their notary signing agent test. So catch that video, go back and watch it, because it's quite a few changes. It's completely new, actually. It's completely new. I actually like the new test. I'm a notary signing agent, been one for years. So for me, it was easy to pass. But if you don't know about being a notary or anything else and you try to take it, could you pass it? Probably, maybe, possibly. But if not, we do have the notary signing agent training, okay, that prepares you for the test and then actually how to be a notary signing agent out there. And it does have a lot, it's more interactive. I actually like it. I really do. But it's still, to me, it's missing it's just missing that extra touch that we're able to give you because we actually are notary signing agents that go out in the field. We're not just sitting there creating a test. So the little pro tips that we give you are things that you won't find anywhere else. Like even what I'm talking about right now, how the client should sign, that's not in the test. You won't find that anywhere. So it's just pro tips of us doing it for a long time. When I say us, for those of you who maybe know it new, it's myself, Angela, and Alexis. And my husband, Jeffrey, also is a notary. He's part of the team. And together we form Notary Educators. So check out notaryeducatorsllc.com. Okay. So let's see. I'm going back to your comments right quick. Hold on. Oh, did I give you the tip? I don't know if I said the tip. So the tip is to have a sheet of paper. And I just remembered it when I looked at Psalms 55 comment. Yeah, the tip is to have a different sheet of paper or just something to throw away that they can practice their signature for that day. Because I'm telling you, it's a whole situation when they have to write that signature different than what they normally write. And I don't even want to talk about the people who don't know how to write a signature because it's not taught in school if you get a young person. Now, you don't find that a lot on loan documents. I have found it on a couple of deeds. Maybe they inherited a property and they had to sign it the legal way. And they were like, okay, is that cursive? Or, they don't even know what that is. So, even adults, you might have to have them do a sample signature and have a little card. I usually carry a little card in my bag. And with that card, like I said, I pull that out as a sample and they can practice their signature, whatever it's going to be for that day. And then Psalm 55 said, yes, they do. They be tearing the docs up. Yeah, Psalms 55 is so correct. You can have and I don't like my documents to go back looking all ugly, y'all. I just don't. I need my docs to be clean, crisp, and pure, okay? All them scratch outs, and that's why you have two copies normally. That's why you have two copies. Now, I'm going to throw a little bonus in here. This is not what I came on here to talk about. This is really a whole nother video. But I've been getting signing alerts from companies, and they say something like, now you only have to print one set of documents. Okay, so they know, the signing companies, that we want to be paid for printing more than one, right? So I think, I don't know how to word this, because I'm not one that's just going, sometimes I kind of sugarcoat stuff. Me and Angela go back and forth about that. I put sugar on stuff, okay? But when I was reading it a little further, it says, clients' documents are already included in the print some kind of way. Now I'm thinking to myself, am I still printing two or I'm printing one? And are you being slick? Are you having me under the pretense of printing 50 pages, but it's really two sets of 25? You understand what I'm saying? I hope that was clear. So I'm like, are they trying to be funny? Because, we know this if you've been doing this any length of time. So you can't just tell me I'm printing one set of docs, but it's really two sets within the 50 pages or within 100 pages, because I'm going to call you out on it. That's just another pro tip. All right, let's see what else we got. Cherie says, it is hard. I always ask how they normally sign first and then explain why they need to sign as printed. Very good. Very good. And as long as you're communicating with them, that's what's going to help them. That's what's going to help them. Help them to think about it and already and especially you start talking about it's going to delay the process if it's not correct. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they know how to sign it. They know how to add the initial. They know how to do everything. So don't forget, always fall back on, will delay the process, because there's a few documents sometimes that require their social security number. They may not want to give you that. They're like, oh, do I have to give it to you? Or, oh, I don't want to give you my bank account number. I'm like, you don't have to. I said, but it's going to delay the process, depending on what document it is. That's another story for another day. So anyway, let's go to Larita. I answered that. Where's the link for Notarize Like a Pro? It's on notaryeducatorsllc.com. Larita says she just signed up with the NNA today. Great, great. And Cherie said, how do I write in cursive? Right. Do they even call it cursive anymore? Psalm 55 said I had a guy ask me how to do a cursive G. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just not taught anymore. Mr. Oscar, how you doing? Let's see here. It's the signature and then trying to write the date correctly. Oh, Cherie, that's another one. So a tip Alexis gave when we first started training. She also will take out a little card and write on the tape, write on the card or a piece of paper, whatever, the date, today's date. So like today is May 15th, 2024. And I do like them to write 2024. Another tip. I'm giving all the gems today. They will try to write 24. I really want them to write 2024. Just get in the habit of doing it, right? When the year changes, signing companies go crazy. So try to get in the habit of writing the date. Right, a Post-it, like Sharia is saying. You can use a Post-it. You can use a little card. Anything. Like Post-it is good too. I usually have a little notebook thing that I use. Because sometimes I had clients ask me for paper. They're like, can I get a piece of paper? I'm like, sure, I'm Office Max, Office Depot. I got everything you need. I even started putting the envelopes in my bag because I came across a lot of people that needed envelopes. So I started carrying envelopes years ago. So sometimes they just need a regular mailing envelope. You got an envelope? I'm like, I'll just give it to them. I don't even charge them for all that. But anyway, yeah, so the date too. If you're having a problem with a client and they just can't write the date, because that can really slow you up. Them documents need to be moving around that table. Especially if you got more than one signer, it needs to be moving. So anytime it's a slowdown and they're like, oh, I think it's May 12th and it's really May 15th, you got to keep telling them, just write it on a sticky note. Just write it on something. Mr. Oscar says, ooh, I had that done to me. Cherie said that. Oscar said, hi, everyone. Oscar with Colorado Mobile Notary Store. Hey, Mr. Oscar. Angela says she's shaking her head. Yeah, use the Post-it. Good tip, Cherie. And then Mr. Oscar says, I normally preview front to back, review back to front. Oh, that's a good idea. I never thought about that. Do the reverse. That way so to Mr. Oscar's point, so he's saying review one way the first time and then the second way, flip it and do the reverse. And I'll give you one more tip that I usually do. So Mr. Oscar, I know some of this stuff, right? I know. And I'll give you one more tip. I usually will put up everything, put my stamps up, put my pens up, kind of just change my focus, kind of blink twice almost, and then go back and double check my docs because I kind of looked at them before, right? So I already know every place they got to sign it, every place they have to initial. And now when I do my double check, I make sure everything's off the table. Like I said, I'm kind of just refreshing my mind. So I'm not going by memory and I could just kind of look at it with a fresh set of eyes. So that's a great idea, Mr. Oscar. Great idea. Great idea. What other questions do you all have for me? So we mentioned the training that's coming up at the end of the month, 5 spaces. Mentorship is available. Going great. Mentorship is going to start having a whole lot more. We just kind of rolled it out. So it will have more things happening within the mentorship, just pop up little meetings and, sessions, and we do one-on-ones if you need it, whatever you need to grow your business. And it's going pretty well. We're pretty excited about it. So any other questions, concerns, what's going on in these notary streets? Anything you want to talk about really quick? So the other thing I talked about, like I said, on Monday was the new NNA test. I think that's the biggest thing. Actually, the NNA conference is happening right now. I did not go to the conference. I thought about going, and I decided not to. Especially since it was in Florida. I think it happened yesterday and today, or today and tomorrow. But whatever, I decided not to go. I was really thinking about it because it was in Florida, and then I had to change of heart. I was like, nah, I don't think I'm going. What else do we have? Anything else? Because if not, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. And I'll be back. I got other little topics and little things that's been going on. So that's my alarm for something else. Yep. Okay. So anyway, guys, as always, I'm going to say good night. It's always my pleasure to share tips with you. Oh, you are so welcome, Angela. It has been my pleasure. Thank you for hanging out with me. Okay. So write these tips down. And again, don't do mistakes that's going to cost you time or money. Larita, I'll get your question really quick. Says, as a newly commissioned notary, would it be wise to start an LLC? So, Larita, you do not have to have an LLC to start your business. You're welcome, Cherie. You do not have to have an LLC to start the business. However, as you determine that your business is going to grow, that's when I start recommending. You're welcome, Dawn. That's when I recommend it. So I'm not sure what state you are in, Larita, but you may want to check out my Start Your Notary Business book for your state. I have one for all 50. And that will take you step by step how to actually build out your business if you're trying to do it on your own. Literally, it takes you step by step, start your notary business. And that's at Notary Educators for your state, LLC.com too, okay? Yeah, get to California. And another reason, really quick, the reason why you don't want to just start getting an LLC in California. Yeah, I know I ate some I wasn't supposed to. I had some nuts earlier. They were so good. I went to Costco's. Costco's is bad because you spend so much money. But anyway, really quick, will there be a video of this? I missed the beginning. Yeah, you can catch the replay. Yes, Beth, you can catch the replay. Larita, for California, what was I trying to tell you really quick? Oh, I know, the LLC. LLCs in California cost like $800, right? So you do not have to wait until you have the LLC to start the business. Now, if you find that you're going to be doing this business, this is what I always tell people. Like, I waited about 3 or 4 months after I started my business to get the LLC. Okay. Because LLCs are not cheap in most states. And you do not want to just be getting LLCs and you're not even sure if you're going to continue to do the business or not. So after a while, go ahead and get your LLC. But to get started making your money, it is not a requirement. Okay. Now, eventually, I do want you to get your EIN. I do want you to get your LLC. EINs are free, so you don't have to write me. People will say, Kim, EINs are free. They are free, but just wait. Pump the brakes. We want to do the business, but we don't even know what we're doing yet. Okay. So check out the book for California that I wrote. Okay. Each book is very state specific. All right. Well, it's been my pleasure, everyone. Again, on behalf of Notary Educators and Notary Life with Kimmy, I'm going to say have a good night. And it's been my pleasure as always. Okay. Bye, guys. Yes. Angela said California's highway robbery. On just about everything, but it can be a cool place. That's my last thought. Okay. Bye, y'all.